are there cracks? Let's just think momentarily here. The U.S. military apparatus that you've been doing such heavy critiques of is actually losing, or maybe at best stalemated, in Iraq and Afghanistan, as urban and rural Islamic guerrillas have pinned down the U.S. and in fact led to a full lack of confidence. One side question, does the U.S. imperial project need a Barack Obama, for example, to revitalize it? Secondly, the economy seems to be melting down. The financial and real estate bubbles are bursting all over. Trade and payment deficits are at unprecedented levels. The manufacturing base is withered. The dollar's crashing. The decline in cultural hegemony as well. So, can we be optimistic that imperialism has some big problems?
Well, there's a hell of a lot of your question, Patrick, makes me feel suicidal. I'm very I'm not going to do that at all. Look, the Vietnamese, who have had some experience with this, popped up recently and made a comment on the US in Iraq, and they said that the US will not be defeated militarily, but it will be defeated politically. And I think that's true throughout the world. I think it's a myth that the US empire is about to collapse. It isn't, in my view. That had something to do with it. I think it is far too powerful, far too dominant, but it is being eroded. There's no question about that. It is being eroded by a force of public opinion throughout the world that is challenging it at all levels. It is being eroded by very active resistance in various parts of the world, not least in Iraq. But in Iraq, the US is effectively, I suppose you could say, defeated, as it was in Vietnam. Now, there's the official army, then there's the unofficial army, and they all come together in about 300,000 people. They've been held to their own form of stalemate by a resistance that doesn't have any of their power. But what the US has is massive wealth and the kind of presence that can't simply be shifted overnight. I mean, what you very rarely hear about is the number of bases, permanent fortresses that have been built and are being built in Iraq. Even when the US withdraws from Iraq, as it will, its land army will come out, these huge bases will remain.